Hi friends, good morning. Thanks for stopping by my channel, Whispers in the Moonlight. My last video, I talked about my experience being in boarding school in the 1970s, and I wanted to go a little bit more into that. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm just waking up, chilling here. Got some coffee, and let me see what I can tell you about the rest of my experience. The holidays were the best times, is what I will say, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween. We had really great dinners made for us. Our parents were invited so they can come and eat with us, and then take us home for the holidays. Halloween time was very special to me because we made our own masks out of paper bags. It was a lot of fun, and we would do games and parties in the rumpus room in the dorms. We would have dances later that evening, and I did a lot of apple bopping, as I remember, and it was just really fun and magical, it seemed, during those holidays. And Christmas time, we all got Christmas presents. I don't know where the Christmas presents came from, but they were brought for all the students in the dormitories. We would all gather in the rumpus room after lunch. Santa Claus would come in and hand us each a present. After that was fun because if you didn't really like your present, you can swap it with another kid. And we did that a lot. And then our parents would come take us home for the Christmas season. We each got a bag of Christmas candy, peanuts, apples, and oranges. That was pretty much what we got from the school. And Thanksgiving, we had our traditional turkey dinner with all the fixings, and again, our parents would come and take us home. And then towards school out, starting in spring down to May, we did a lot of fun stuff, like we had powwows, and we had something called field day. Field day was a day where you do a lot of sorry, I'm just tired and sleepy this morning, guys. Field day was a lot of games. We played tug of war, we played races, we did potato sack race. I mean, you name it, we did all these games all day long. Each grade competed with the other class, and it was so fun. And we always did this like towards school out before May. And in May, we also held a big powwow. That is a Native American gathering for dancers and singers to show their skills and their knowledge in singing and dancing. And it was really, really fun to watch. It was just so fun. It was, during that time, sorry, my arm is getting tired holding my phone. It was just so fun. Now, the part that was not so great was the loneliness, missing your parents. Those were the hardest parts for me because I didn't get to see my parents every day. I only got to see them during special holidays and summer seasons, summer breaks. So that part I really missed. And loneliness sometimes, because if you don't go home for the weekend and your friends go home, you would feel kind of lonely. But you have to fill your time with activities and things to do. From a very young age, you have to figure all that out. So, you become more independent, I think, in that way. And make new friends sometimes, because if your friend went home for the weekend, you would have to find a new friend to hang out with for the weekend, It was just different ways of creating your own happiness. And that's basically what I remember doing a lot while being in boarding school, is to create my own happiness. It taught me to do that on my own from a very young age. Teachers were great. A lot of them were fun. Dorm monitors were okay. Some of them were kind of strict and mean, I have to be honest. But I think it was just part of their job to be that way sometimes. And students were great. There were some ghost stories sometimes around the dorm. And I don't know how this started, but kids used to start these things. We have field trips, like I said, to different places. Sometimes our school would take us to do ice skating somewhere, or we would go hiking in the canyons near Flagstaff, Arizona. So it was fun getting out on these field trips. It was, to me, it was a lot of fun. You get to be out with your whole class and your friends. So that was fun. The one thing I really, really didn't like, and it was not choosing the clothes you want to wear. Your clothes were chosen for you each day. That's something I never did like. And to this day, that's probably the reason why I like dressing any way I want and having so many clothes. Because when I was growing up boarding school, we were limited to how many clothes we can have. And that wasn't much. And I didn't like that. So I hope this gives you a better perspective of how boarding school was for me. I know that people who were in boarding school prior to me, prior to the 1977s, probably had a really bad experience. I heard there were some very abusive situations that occurred in the Native American boarding schools that I am not familiar with, because when I went, it was at a time when things had changed, I believe. So I didn't get to see all those things that some of the other kids had experienced. But this just gives you an idea. And again, like I said, being in boarding school from such a young age has taught me to create my own happiness. And I still live by that motto: create your own happiness. All right, wishing you guys a wonderful day, and always may the Creator shower blessings upon you day and night. Bye now.